how did you get here? Shoo-doo-doo-doo, nobody. Shoo-doo-doo, nobody's supposed to be right here. If you're not subscribed, get your ass off my line. Oh no, how did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. No, 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 no. Oh, how did you get here without a subscription button?
They so nosy. Yeah, but you know what? You can't even be mad at them for being nosy because guess what? I brought the shit to the internet. So that's just what happens. That's part of being a public figure and that's part of being a video creator. But that's why I love where I am today.
You're gonna do report that ass as fraud because that's exactly what she doing. It's fraud. Don't play with me because I play dirty.
They so nosy. Yeah, but you know what? You can't even be mad at them for being nosy because guess what? I brought the shit to the internet. So that's just what happens. That's part of being a public figure and that's part of being a video creator. But that's why I love where I am today.
Story, I told my fans, let me pull up the screenshot because people like to lie and not come with receipts. And y'all know your girl is the queen of receipts. So let's pull up the next receipt. So in my story, as you can see my name next to it, I said, y'all call social services in Rutherfordton County and report Latoya Foster for food stamp fraud. Let's pull that up, okay? It's her that posted on her page too. You clearly see that, right? It says for food stamp fraud and the abuse that she got going on with her so-called man. So I'm just trying to figure out how you go from I called CPS, because I never called CPS on you. It was the fans who called on your ass. We tired of you talking about me. We tired of you mentioning me.
They so nosy. Yeah, but you know what? You can't even be mad at them for being nosy because guess what? I brought the shit to the internet. So that's just what happens. That's part of being a public figure and that's part of being a video creator. But that's why I love where I am today. Because
I want to get a shout out to Sly Sleuth, Shade Room, not this Shade Room, but it's called Shade Room, Bree Hive, and am I missing somebody? Let's talk about it. Those pages I want to give a shout out to.
I want to break him down. I want to break him down. That's my goal. That's my goal. That's why I started the Bree Hive. I want to break him down.
Dang! They so nosy. Yeah, but you know what? You can't even be mad at them for being nosy because guess what? I brought the shit to the internet. So that's just what happens. That's part of being a public figure and that's part of being a video creator. But that's why I love where I am today. Because
I did not know that we was in groups talking about people's kids. I did not know that we was in groups posting people addresses and posting people phone numbers and posting people their jobs and calling people jobs. I did not know any of this.
So nosy. Yeah, but you know what? You can't even be mad at them for being nosy because guess what? I brought the shit to the internet. So that's just what happens. That's part of being a public figure and that's part of being a video creator. But that's why I love where I am today.
I love y'all, but it's time to cease all this negativity that y'all got going on because they blaming me for it. Everything y'all do, they blaming me. All these fake pages that y'all behind, they blaming me. And I ain't even on none of them fake pages. I ain't got time. I got so much going on. I ain't got time to make no fake page. That's too much work. Too much work. I've never in my life said attack anyone. Pull the receipt.
She blocked me. She was still sending me stuff to post. So it's just contradictory.
Hey, how you doing? That's all I'm going to tell you is contradicting what you said. I've been told you all the stuff, but you still, instead of sending things, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, so that's the contradicting part.
That's why I was telling y'all yesterday. We gotta start blaming each other. Like, if Bree don't talk to us, it's not Denise's fault. It's not Anson's fault. It's not Bria. We should start thinking the first time Brianna starts talking, it's gotta be somebody trying to fix each other. Brianna's a grown woman. If Brianna wanted them pages to start, she would have stopped sending us stuff. The minute the tick did, it get warm for her.
Amen.
I did it and whatever, but I did it off the source of her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Bree
So let me tell you something. Now that I know that, the reason why she blocked us is because she wanted to seem like we did this and she didn't. She blocked us because she wanted her hands clean. Because I'm sure you don't think Johnny L said, how did they get the number?
Yeah.
So told me that they weren't talking to her. She didn't tell me right away. She was like, why would you assume that? You know, it was like it wasn't no direct type thing. It was like, why would you assume that? Who told you that? And I just gave her, well, because this was said and because that was said and because this was said. So I assumed that you guys were still speaking to Bree. And that's when she came back and said, no, we're not speaking to Bree.
Right.
So, but a few hours, an hour or so ago, when you called me and you said all that positive stuff, from then on, I'm following y'all lead. You know, we following each other lead. But I like the positive thing because yesterday I was ready to say some shit. I was ready to go on there and post some shit for real. But y'all stopped me from that. You and Bree.
What I said yesterday, I told you.
Been there 10 toes down for you, 10 toes down for you to just say, hey, I want out. You tapping out, but to just block us and block us right after we lost our pay. She blocked me right after I told her I'm on restriction for 29 days. How you think that looked for me? How you think me telling you, because right before I told her you want to know why I told her I was on restriction for 29 days? Because she had just told me to post something. And I told her I couldn't because I was on restriction for 29 days. So I was good until I got my page restricted. And then all of a sudden now I'm not? Come on.
I hate thinking about me too when I posted all that. I got that new picture got me restricted.
Nosy. Yeah, but you know what? You can't even be mad at them for being nosy because guess what? I brought the shit to the internet. So that's just what happens. That's part of being a public figure and that's part of being a video creator. But that's why I love where I am today.
I don't need to do that because why would I need to pay somebody when people will love to do something for free? I don't need to pay nobody to post none of that bull crap at all. Let me go on and say that. I don't have to pay nobody to post nothing. I got people who will post stuff for free for me.
Nosy. Yeah, but you know what? You can't even be mad at them for being nosy because guess what? I brought the shit to the internet. So that's just what happens. That's part of being a public figure and that's part of being a video creator. But that's why I love where I am today.
Let them keep talking. It's funny because you know what's so funny about it? That the charges is funny as shit because that's how you know it was real. You know it was real. Dad.
Yeah.
You ever had a woman share your picture? You ever had a woman do that to you, Dad?
No, man.
Did you get mad?
No.
Would you get mad?
No.
Cause you were daddy long leg. You wouldn't have to be mad.
I'm dead. Oh.
If you were daddy long leg. Woo, Jesus. Listen. I went to jail tonight, y'all. I went to jail because I said somebody had a shrimp. So I went to jail. He put me in jail for that.
I'm so nosy. Yeah, but you know what? You can't even be mad at them for being nosy because guess what? I brought the shit to the internet. So that's just what happens. That's part of being a public figure and that's part of being a video creator. But that's why I love where I am today because I don't know. I ain't never really. I can't say whether y'all lawyer or not. I don't know. Y'all freaky as hell though. My son, I got cameras in all my kids' room. Nobody had privacy. And I was on my camera and I seen my son with his blanket going like this. I was like, oh my gosh. Don't tell me I gotta have this conversation with him at this young. Like, why are you watching porn at this young? He's so nosy. Yeah, but you know what? You can't even be mad at them for being nosy because guess what? I brought the shit to the internet. So that's just what happens. That's part of being a public figure, and that's part of being a video creator, but that's why I love where I am today. Now my son is like, yeah, I can't wait to get me a wife. You know, before Janelle, I used to have to question, like, that's because my kids never seen like a loving relationship. My kids never got to see that ever. That was a little too much in front of the kids. In your opinion, that's your household. That's what you do in your house. If you don't want to show your kids affection, and your man don't grab your butt in front of your kids, then hey, that's it. Guess what? My son's gonna grow up and grab a girl butt. When he with his girlfriend, he gonna grab his girl butt. When he have a wife, he gonna grab his girl butt. I'd rather him do that than to be thinking about a man supposed to be with a man. Okay? They need to see that.
They so nosy. Yeah, but you know what? You can't even be mad at them for being nosy because guess what? I brought the shit to the internet. So that's just what happens. That's part of being a public figure, and that's part of being a video creator, but that's why I love where I am today, because